Hello, girls. So, today we are going to start our new topic, that is higher taxa and linear hierarchy, from our paper number 8, that is biosystematics and evolution. So, before I start with the linear hierarchy topic, I want to make clear the term taxa to you. What is a taxa? We often use the term taxa in taxonomy, taxa or taxon. So, any particular level of hierarchy in the classification of living beings is called as a taxon. I would like to explain this via example. For example, I will say that species. Species is a taxa belonging to category species level. Now in detail I would like to explain you with the example. For example, we are classifying Apis indica, that is honeybee. Now here what will I say? Apis is a taxa belonging to category genus. Indica is a taxa belonging to category species. Hymenoptera is a taxa belonging to category or order. So the highest level of classification is known as kingdom. Now you can also say, I will further make you clear by following the classification of Apis indica. Like we know that the classification of honeybee is followed as phylum, class, order, family, subfamily, genus and species, right? So here Arthropoda is a taxa belonging to category phylum. Similarly, Apid is a taxa belonging to category family. Indica is a taxa belonging to category species. So all these are higher taxa. So linear hierarchy, what Carl Linnaeus was the author who gave the linear hierarchy. He gave the biggest taxonomic hierarchy and category system in classifying organism. It is the simplest way of organizing living things. So as you can see, a typical linear hierarchy system has 7 taxa represented as follows: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, that we usually follow in our basic classification system. After Linnaeus, there was various workers who extended linear hierarchy, and as you can see, they have added domain, kingdom, phylum, subphylum, superclass, class, like you are saying subordinate and subordinate, subclass, infraclass, legion, cohort, superorder, order, suborder, family, subfamily, tribe, genus, subgenus, species and subspecies. So from 7 taxa category they have extended to 20 categories. So like domain is the highest taxonomic rank of organism in a 3 domain system of taxonomy. Like entire system is divided into 3 domains: archaea, bacteria and eukaryote. Then comes the kingdom, and we know that there are 5 kingdoms: animalia, plantae, monera, right? Then comes the phylum. It is a taxonomic rank below kingdom and above class. Haeckel gave the term. So we know that the phylum Arthropoda and Mollusca, they have organisms which have their specific points, like right, like Mollusca have muscular foot and shell. Then comes the subphylum. Like phylum Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla: tunicates, cephalochordates and vertebrata. Subphyla can further be divided into infraphylum, which depends on the class. Then there is superclass, subordinate to a phylum and superior to class. For example, superclass is Tetrapoda, and it has further 4 classes: amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammals, right? Then after superclass we have class. It is a distinct rank, and we know class हमेशा हम use करते हैं हर एक orders. It consists of group of related orders. For example, class Mammalia includes animals with hair or skin and milk glands, right? So class is a very distinct rank. Then comes subclass. Subclass is below class and above order. So class Mammalia is divided into 2 subclasses: Prototherians and Therians. So Prototherians are echidnas and egg-laying mammals. Therians are placental and marsupial mammals. Then comes infraclass, below a subclass and above superorder. So class Mammalia has subclass Theria. Subclass Theria has 2 infraclasses: Metatheria and Eutheria, further classified into marsupials and placentals. Then we have legion. It is a very important objective question. So it is a taxon between a class and order in zoological taxonomy only. So it was used by McKenna and Bell's classification of mammals. You just have to learn the example. Cladotheria is a legion of mammals. Similarly, cohort is a very important objective question. It is a rank between the class and order. Again, McKenna's Bell classification has used the terms legion, cohort in their classification when they classified mammals. Normally these are used in the mammals. right? Then there comes the super order. Super order below a class, right? Above an order. Super means above. So class insecta has two super orders, Exoterygota and Endoterygota. Then comes the order. We know we use order normally in every classification, like order all bats are included in Coleoptera, all insects with elytra are included. Then after order, what we will get is suborder. So like for example, order Squamata, scaled reptiles, which includes snakes, lizards, has two suborders. So we are dividing lizards and snakes on the basis of their suborders, Lacertilia and Ophidia. Then comes the family. So after, you know, family is a taxa between the order and genus. After family may be divided into various subfamilies, right? So like family Felidae has two subfamilies, which involves leopard, tiger, and other involves cheetah, small cats, lynx. Then comes the tribe. So tribe is another MCQ question. It is above genus but below family and subfamily. So family Bovidae, subfamily Caprini includes tribe Caprini, that includes goats and antelopes. Then after that is genus. We know that we use normally genus in ICZN system. For example, Apis in a genus is a genus within a family, Apidae. So family is divided into various genus, and then genus may have one species or more than one species. So it may be monotypic or polytypic. So if genus Apis has two species, Apis dorsata and Apis mellifera, so it is a polytypic species. Then some of the species may have different subspecies. For example, Panthera leo has two subspecies, Panthera leo and Panthera leo melanochaetia. So Asiatic lion and African lion has been divided or differentiated on the basis of two subspecies. Otherwise they had same genus and same species, Panthera leo. So after, we sometimes use the term variety also. It is a taxonomic category below subspecies level. So normally they are used in botany, like you have seen the various varieties of fruits and vegetables. So normally in zoology we don't use the term variety. So this is an example we have shown of linear hierarchy in different organism in Musca domestica, that is our true flies. Then gorilla, it is a mammal, and Staphylococcus aureus, which is a bacteria. So we follow the linear hierarchy right from the domain till species level. And you can see in bacteria various taxa are not used because they are not needed, like subphylum, subclass, suborder, infraorder, subfamily, tribe. So जहाँ जिसकी जितनी ज़रूरत पड़ती है उसी तरीके से हम क्लासिफिकेशन को यूज़ करते हैं. जितना हो सके लीनियर हायरार्की हमें हेल्प करती है कि हम कितना सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं क्लासिफिकेशन को, चाहे हमें कितनी ही माइनर लेवल पे टैक्सा में डिवाइड करना पड़े, राइट. So this is all about linear hierarchy and higher taxa, and it is a full-fledged question, or it can come in a short question like linear hierarchy. You have to learn the entire list of 20 hierarchy with the respect to the examples. So these questions should be done, and you can email me or send me on WhatsApp, or you can post it on Google Classroom positively.